Okay, so the title's catchy. It's supposed to be draw attention because I'm desperate for attention. Because I think what I'm saying here is really practical for everybody, despite their even the people who are totally worthless because they're heretics and they're going to hell and they're going to burn forever because they didn't raise their hand to the right proposition when no one was looking with their eyes closed. So God really hates that, apparently, tongue in cheek. So I don't think this person is a heretic. The point is, this is like, I like what Oprah said one time. She said, do something hard every day. What's hard? Something not hard because other people say it's hard, but actually hard for yourself, like facing for growth. So I think Kevin Thompson says a lot of things, and I know that Calvinists won't hear it, right? Because he just hates Calvinism. He's got a screw loose and he just hates Calvinism. Well, guess what? He's been very self-critical of his own tradition, okay? And maybe I dislike him because he's being critical of the things I don't like about other traditions, and so I'm biased. I don't know, okay? But it seems really true what he's saying here. And by the way, he's not just after Calvinism, he's self-critical. So I recommend listening. Actually, okay, so this full video, which is a clip of one of his longer videos, you should go watch the whole thing, open-minded. And he analyzes a thing talking about all the times this person said to the glory of God, which is like this sort of conditioning into moralism. And I'm a little bit like to me, moral rules from the Bible are actually good, as long as they're not being hijacked and they're understood from the right sort of. So I hate it when people make like some sort of distinction, like morals are bad or something. I think that's like scripturally understood, that which has been classically called what's good and bad. That's what we should use as our definition. How that's applied or how that's confiscated by by just using the language of the Bible, but not actually having the heart for it, is the problem. The Bible's not the problem. It's the way people use it to prop up stuff that doesn't put the person first, and like what it is that God's changing about humanity with the gospel. So just listen to this. I think this is it's just obviously true. And so I hope people will hear this and believe in the one who sent it. And by that, I don't mean raising your hand that sounds good, but actually considering what it means and then practically applying it in your life, so that when I say hear this teaching, I mean see the truth in what is being said, and so that it has applicability to your own life for the sake of others and actually glorifying God.
Processes. The epistemic aspect is post hoc rationalized after the fact. What does that mean? There's Christians out there who don't know why they believe what they believe. What does that mean? It means they were moralistically imposed into affirming the things without ever arriving at them for themselves. If you don't know why you believe what you believe, stop believing it. Okay? Assign it a confidence margin of I don't know, and put it on a burner somewhere of something I need to investigate. But do not align yourself and affirm lists of doctrines that you have not researched out for yourself or studied out for yourself. And you say, well, I have studied. I know, but you affirmed it first, and then you studied it out with cognitive bias. That's what you did. Even if you took apologetics, and that's why the worst thing we could possibly do is teach apologetics. Because if you need to learn how to defend the things that you're affirming, you have no business affirming them. If you only affirm things that you actually have the epistemic sound right to affirm, then you won't need to take an apologetics class. I have a video called We Have Apologetics All Backwards. And we affirm things first and then learn why we affirm them? No. In what other realm would you ever do that? Don't affirm things until you have the right to affirm them. The participatory, firsthand, perspectival backing behind why something should be affirmed. And what you will find if you do that is that you will feel the need to affirm less and less stuff, fewer and fewer things. And then you'll start to realize that affirmation of things isn't really Christianity anyway. That's not the reason. Whatever date is in the Bible is not so you can just affirm it and then claim that you're a good Christian because you do. You haven't even started playing the game yet. Affirming things as true is like agreeing on the dimensions of a basketball court, but it doesn't mean you can play the game. So which is more glorifying to God? Let me ask you this question. Which is more glorifying to God? Do that which makes the most sense to our feeble minds as elevating this being we worship? Or act in accordance with what's been revealed in Scripture and trust that God will get whatever glory he needs from epistemically humble, obedient compliance with his revelation?
So you can, in the comments section, check out the full video, which is a clip on his channel. Check it out. I think a lot of people don't like heaven because it upsets the apple cart for a lot of people, his own people in his own tradition, which is hard to swallow, obviously, if that's your persuade, your like people say he's deconstructing his faith, period. Depends on what you think the faith is, I guess. But I mean, the criticisms that he's pointing out really have application to, I think, everybody. As hard as that is to swallow in some cases. I think the more you can't find anything valuable in what he's saying, the more it's probably true that you might be lacking authenticity in what the faith is, as hard as that is. Now this is where I offer you, where I recognize my own things that he's talking about, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to say, if you only listen to me because I explain why he's destroying my tradition, you're not getting the point. You have to receive it for yourself and be honest. God forbid you wake up one day and realize everything you believe is basically cognitive dissonance and a lie. A story you've told yourself that has no authenticity. Can you imagine that? Most people, or a lot of people, could end up facing something like that and then just deciding to live the lie instead of the truth because it's too hard to face the truth. That's more scary than eternal conscious torment to me. The idea of inauthenticity, I guess. Scary stuff. That would mean you're living a lie. You'd be breaking a commandment. You would be breaking a commandment and living it and pretending it's something else. It's just fake. It's just a fraud. How do you tell someone that? That could be what's going on for them. Scary. No one should want, if you have any empathy for someone, it's like, but at the same time, how could you not say something? I just point out that I'll leave it there.